Okay, for the syllabus of E370 lab, okay, so this is the syllabus page. Okay, so regularly we will meet on Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. Okay, for most of the parts, it will be online, instruction based, simulation based. So I will upload the instruction video a day before. So on Wednesday, midnight, you should be able to see the instruction video. But anyways, you can at least see the video starting from Thursday to the next Wednesday, and during which time you can watch the video anytime in the week, do the simulations with MATLAB, Simulinks, and also complete the simulation and write the post-lab, okay? Turning the post-lab by Wednesday midnight. But for the hands-on experiments, in-person meetings, I will send you the email to notify you that the next class is in person, so you make sure you come to the campus. Okay, and the introduction for this lab, we will give you different feedback and controls applications with relatively low complexity, helping you better understand what you learn in the lectures. Okay, and you will be introduced with different circuit design, simulations, implementation techniques, and tools. Some like MATLAB, Simulink, which are totally based, simulation based, and also LabVIEW for hands-on experiments. Okay, you will play with actual physical devices together with the LabVIEW to see how feedback control system works and how you control the actual physical equipment with this LabVIEW control system. Okay, and finally, you may be required to build a final project based on all previous what you have learning in the classes. Okay, but that's to be determined depending on the schedule. Upon completing this lab, you should be able to derive the mathematical models of the control systems, feedback, some may be non-feedback, something, and use the MATLAB or Simulink for system simulation, analyze the stability and sensitivity of the system, how they react to the impulse response, and so forth, and how to design a feedback control system using root locus and frequency domain techniques. Use LabVIEW and virtual instruments to build various feedback controllers on practical devices. The grading will be as follows. Post labs, we totally have 9 labs. Each of them will be 10 points, but total of them will contribute to 70% of the final grades. Okay. Final project or the quiz will contribute to another 30%, and total will be 100%. Okay. All these is subject to change depending on the schedules, the workloads, and I'll let you know. All right. And the lab schedule is this. So we will give the safety and lab equipment use tutorial as usual in the first week, and you need to pass the safety quiz in the second week to start with the first lab as well. Okay, if you fail to pass the safety quiz, you have to postpone your the first lab to the next, and it will be considered as late submission. All right. And we may have a final project, but depending on the schedule and the workload. All right. Again, post labs are required for each lab, and it's due a week after the regular lab meetings. Okay, because since we are schedule our regular meetings on Thursday, so that each post lab is due on the next Wednesday midnight, 11:59 p.m. Okay, each lab is done individually, so each of you should have different post-lab reports turnings. You may discuss with each other, discuss with TA, and ask questions to TA and me, but no simple copies are allowed. All right. If you find out any of you have exact same simulation screenshots, codes, or photos of lab reports, we will warn you for the first time, and the second time it will be considered as 0. And even for the first time, you will be taking a few points off. Okay. The lab reports rules are like this. So every week, if you're turning on time, you will have at most 10 points, assuming you are giving very good lab reports with all the details, descriptions, problems encountered, necessary screenshots of simulations, codes, and so on. All right. If you're turning later than the due date, but within 1 week, you will have at most 9 points. If you're turning later than 1 week, but within 2 weeks, you will have at most 8 points, and so forth. Okay. If you're turning after 4 weeks, after the due date, you will have at most 5 points, but still you have to turn in by the Friday of the study week. So that's the Friday before final. Okay. If you're turning after that, no further post-lab reports will be accepted. All right. No exceptions. And also post-lab file names, syntax, rebel ID, underscore number, underscore postlab dot either PDF or DOC or DOCX files. Okay, no other formats are accepted. Some other materials, documents, design files, you can include that in a zip file, but make sure you have all the necessary screenshots, your codes, your code screenshots, your simulation results screenshots into this single post lab file. All right. Incorrect format or not using the templates will have 10% off. Okay, for each lab, and incorrect file name 10% off. Unreadable makes sense nonsense contents 30% off. Okay. Again, no plagiarisms are allowed. Each report should be done individually. Okay. No two reports should look too alike. All right. Again, you can have discussions, but no copies, no plagiarisms. All right. Okay. Last reminding, feel free to contact me and TA anytime during the labs if you have any questions or if you have any confusions, ambiguity for these lab manuscripts, just let us know. We will respond as soon as possible.